Hey guys, I guess you caught me. This is Coach Bill with Fat Loss Made Easy. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday today. As you saw, I got this is my non-fasting day, so I'm drinking my little afternoon fat coffee. What do I have in it today? I put heavy cream, organic heavy cream in it today. Guys, I want to get on today because, like I've said in the past, on the videos I've done recently, I'm getting a lot of great ideas out there as far as being a member of multiple groups out there. I'm members of keto groups, intermittent groups, weight loss for men over 50 and 40, weight loss or how to lose belly fat over 50. Type 2 diabetic group sites, and I'm getting a lot of great great topics from them because there's so many people out there that beginners, especially, this is for probably the beginners mostly, are confused, and they're having challenges as far as if they're overweight and all the different weight loss plans and on and on, because you guys have done that. You Googled it many times. Even in the type 2 diabetic groups, a lot of confusion amongst the people that have been just diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Now, the sad part of that is, in the last 2 or 3 months, I'm seeing probably 2 to 3 new members getting on these getting on these type 2 diabetic sites, and they're telling people that they were just diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I'm getting about 2 or 3 of those a day, which is telling me that it's a lot worse out there than I thought. Now, we already know it's an epidemic, but that is really sad that there's that many people every day who have been recently diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Automatically, they're put on medication that has major medical side effects, and nobody's explaining to them the root cause and how to reverse it and how to fix it. All they're doing is say, listen to your doctor and follow his instructions, which if the medication worked, there wouldn't be an epidemic. And a lot of doctors are now getting away from all that. But anyway, one of the other big issues out there is, you guys know that Emily and I promote high fat, low carb diet or meals, and we're combining it with alternate day fasting. So the topic today basically is about that. So what I've done is I picked this topic, and I got it from numerous questions in these intermittent fasting and keto groups. And the question, or the topic is, why shouldn't I snack at night? I'm hearing a lot of people that of getting on these group sites are asking a question is, we're reading all these successful results these people are getting by going on this high fat, low carb diet or meals, and then also the ones that are doing intermittent fasting. And yet that, when I've tried it, I don't see the results these people are getting. Well, the problem is, there's a lot of factors involved that you could actually sabotage your program if you're doing the high fat, low carb, and the alternate day fasting. Most beginners have no idea what is the root cause to whatever issue they have, and so they don't understand that. And you can't really go after the issue if you don't understand what the issue is, and how to fix that. And that's the issue. That's the issues these doctors are having right now, because they're not actually going after the root causes. They're just shoving them full of medication, and that's never going to work. It never has worked. It never will work. Because if it did, nobody would be fat, right? Well, the thing is, the mistake I'm seeing out there by a lot of people listening to their questions and answers and so forth, is that they're sabotaging the high-fat, low-carb diet, because they don't understand that you have 2 types. You've got a dirty keto, they call it, and then you got a clean keto. If you're looking to lose that excess belly fat or butt fat or hip fat or whatever fat you're trying to lose, You got to stick to a clean keto diet, which means you got to really you have to have a structure. You have to know there's steps you have to follow. And most of the beginners are eliminating the most important steps. And that's why it's always good to go to a good coach. You also have to understand that even that little thing, that little tiny thing at night, especially at night, you don't think it's going to hurt you as far as your being in fat burning if you're doing the high fat, low carb meals and alternate day fasting. You don't think that little bit of a small portion of, starchy carbs or a piece of candy is going to hurt you. It could actually elevate your glucose or your sugar levels to a point for up to 24 to 48 hours when you've lost completely enough. If you were doing good for 2 or 3 days and you sabotage it by doing that little piece, you just ruined a couple days there because you're not fat adapted. You're just starting out. And that's why I try to explain to the people, I'm trying to do it in a very cautious way on these groups so I don't get kicked out. But I'm trying to explain to them that you guys need to get with a coach who already has a structure developed, who already has a meal plan developed, and who has all the steps laid out very easily to follow so that you don't miss the most important steps in order to get the results you're looking for. And one of the biggest things I'm seeing is people thinking that that little bit of snacking they're doing at night can't hurt them. Well, it does. and I'm going to read it to you. This is what the American Journal of Physiology, a scientific journal that did a case study on night snacking. Okay, and so I'm going to read you what they say in the case study. And it's not coming from me, it's actually coming from the case study, because I want you guys to understand that science is also looking at these, whenever there's when you sabotage your high fat, low carb diet by just a little snack or something, especially when it comes at night. At night, particularly at night's the worst. If you could just eliminate eating anything after your last meal, which I'm hoping your last meal's around 6 or 7 at night, but just have coffee or water with your sea salt and apple cider vinegar. Don't have any more food. Don't snack. That's the worst thing you can do. Now, if you snack, with our weight loss program for beginners that we have on our online personal coaching, when I start somebody out at the first step, I ask them not to snack even during, you have your 3 meals a day, and don't snack in between meals because we have to reach a certain fat adaptation goal. And by snacking is going to slow the results down. That doesn't mean you're not going to get to that fat adaptation mark. It's just going to take you longer. Well, most people don't want to wait longer. They want results now. So just don't snack between meals, but make sure you have enough fat at each one of your meals at the first step. Okay, these are the steps I'm talking about. The problem is if you do snack between your second meal and then your last meal, that's okay because you're snacking during the day and you're awake and you're walking or you're exercising and you're going to be burning off the sugar that that snack has produced. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're on a high fat, low carb diet, even the high fat. Whenever you eat any food, any calories at all, guys, it's going to increase the glucose in your blood. That's how it works. But at least you're doing it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and by the time you go to bed, you've burned it all off. But man, when you snack after 6, you just sabotage your whole day. You just ruined your whole day. So any fat burning you did that day, you just ruined it because now your body's going to take that snack you ate and it's going to store it away as energy in your fat cells. That's how it works. But this is what the American Journal of Physiology, this is the case study that they did. And what the headliner was on that case study. Now, if you go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, and then subscribe to it, and then click onto this video. Like I always say, in the description section, and there you'll see where it says more information. You click on that, and what I'm talking about will be in there. And I'm also including the link to see where you can see the science research itself. You can also go to my Fat Loss Made Easy Facebook group page, join it, and this video will be there also. But here's what they say. Here's the headliner of the case study. Nighttime snacking reduces whole body fat oxidation and increases bad LDL cholesterol in healthy young women. I like this one because it was done with women, because women, if you're a health professional and your program is working great for women, that's a great test, because women's hormones are basically, most of the women's hormone that I see that when we first start out are jacked up and tanked. And so we have to work on those before we can even really think about losing any fat, because that's the root cause. It's hormonal and food driven is causing you to be fat. And so there's a hormone that is sabotaging what you're trying to do, and you got to fix that hormone before you can even think about losing fat. And that's our first project. But anyway, so that is the headliner of this case study. Now, the case study took two groups. And the first group had a snack from 10 a.m. of 200 calorie. It was a 200 calorie snack. Okay, so the first group had their first snack at 10 a.m. Now remember what I said. If you're going to snack, it's better to snack at that time or by 3 o'clock or whatever, but not after your last meal. Okay, the second group had the exact same snack, the exact same calories, but they had it at 11 o'clock at night. So how many of you out there, you don't even have to be, and you're not even looking to lose weight, even though you are most likely overweight and you would like to lose weight, but how many of you out there snack 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times per week at night after your meal? Well, according to the standard American diet back in, was it, I don't know, 90s or 80s, I think, they told people that they need to eat more. So people were starting to eat at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, their first meal, taking a break at work at 10, eating a meal, having lunch between 12 and 2 o'clock, taking a break at 3 o'clock, having another snack, going home, having dinner at 6, and then snacking before they go to bed. I mean, if you've been following me, you know that you have no chance of ever dipping into your fat stores to actually burn the fat you have sitting there. And all you're doing is just adding more fat. And that's why people over 40 and 50 and 60 have gained so much weight. But the second group had the exact same calories and type of foods, but they had it at 11 o'clock. That simple amount of snack in the evening by the second group. Now this is what's in the article. The simple amount of snack, which is only 200 calories. That's a good snack. That's a good sized snack. In the evening, by the second group, had a significant reduction of fat adaptation. You guys, blood tests don't lie, and that's why it's so important for my clients to do their glucose readings and their ketone readings and send them to me, or you guys document them and figure out the ratio on them to keep you in that fat burning mode, because it'll tell you the truth. Your glucose levels is your truth. I mean, if you won't have, your glucose isn't going to be down in the fat burning. See, if your glucose is too high, you're not going to produce ketones. You just knocked yourself out of fat burning. So by snacking every night, you're just defeating the purpose. And when you take your glucose reading the next morning, it's basically going to be above normal. It's going to be higher, which means that you're not going to be as deep in fat adaptation when you're sleeping between the sheets. See, the whole idea for Emily and I, and why we are so consistent with not eating any calories after our last meal, is because we want to burn fat in between the sheets while we're sleeping. So that when we wake up the next morning and we go to the gym in a fasted state, we're going to be burning more fat because we haven't eaten until we work out. That's going to be a video I'm going to do on calories. I just got hammered by a health professional that I'm not bringing in enough calories and protein because I'm doing more extended fastings than normal, and I'm going to be losing muscle mass. And so I had to tell him, I says, well, that's obviously not going to work because I'm documenting everything I'm doing, and I'm doing the extended fastings longer because I'm trying it out, and I like it. I like these 36-hour fasts, or I'm doing these 23-hour fasts I'm doing on my fasting days. But you got to remember, I'm doing alternate day fasting, so I'm not fasting every single day. And so anyway, the simple amount of snack in the evening by the second group had a significant reduction in fat oxidation. That's how much clearer can you get, guys? Their bodies never got a chance to get into what they call fatty acid adaptation, oxidation. All that means is they never, at night between the sheets, while they were sleeping, they never got into fat burning. In the study, it showed by you stopping snacking at night, you will significantly get yourself in fat adaptation much faster. That's the key right there, guys. You guys have heard me talk about this 100 times. Fat adaptation is your goal. That's where you want to get to. And it doesn't happen overnight, especially with the beginners out there, because you guys have been carboholics for so many years. So your body's primarily been burning carbs, or the carbs you're eating, and you're eating multiple carbs per day, per meal. So your body has no idea what fat is, what burning fat is. So you got to give it a chance. That's what I'm saying. Most beginners will fail because they're missing two of the most important steps. They're trying to jump into this fat adaptation too soon, and it ain't going to happen. And so with Emily and I, we've been doing this now for quite a few years, and we've been monitoring our blood and our blood glucose and ketones for a long time. We got it down pat. And like I said, you can't, documentation will always overrule conversation. And I've documented other people's results on blood tests and ketones so that I can show these health professionals and doctors who are skeptic about this that it's true. I mean, the science has already proven it. But sometimes these people get on their high horse or their high pedestal and they think they know it all, and things change all the time. So I'm getting so much science information now every week that I can't even keep up with it. There's so much going on out there, especially with this COVID-19 thing going on. So you guys, this is your tip for the day. If you're looking to lose that belly fat or body fat, then stop snacking. Get off all starchy carbs for at least 60 to 90 to 120 days. And stop eating fruits just for a while. Because fruits, when it's converted, when you eat fruit, it's turned into what? Fructose. What's fructose? Google it. Sugar. What does sugar do to the body? Spikes the insulin. What is long-term spiking of the insulin does what to a hormone? It throws it out of control. Then what happens? Then the body takes that sugar, because it can't burn it all the time, takes it out of the blood, dumps it into your cells, and makes more fat cells. It's exactly what it is. And then stop snacking at night. Now, for my clients that are starting out with us, brand new, I tell them up front, when we first start out, if you're adding enough good fat to all three of your meals in step one of the program we offer, you're not going to be hungry, period. If you have enough good dietary fat and you have enough good protein in those meals, you are not going to get hungry. in over a week or two, that is what's going to control the hormones that are causing cravings. It's really simple when you know what you're doing. And that's why I keep telling people, you know what? Why not just pay the price for the first 60 and 90 days, get a coach who has the information, the structure, who has the knowledge, and guide you through this, because by the time it's over, you'll be an expert yourself. But the thing is, too many people quit too soon because they just don't understand the physiology of the body, and it depends on how carboholic you are and how long it takes. Because I can tell you this, you stick to it long enough to where you get control, I mean completely control, of those hormones that are causing the issues, you will never want to go back to your old way, ever. And besides, because you have controlled the hormones, your hormones aren't going to let you. You're not going to have the cravings like you had. You're not going to have those nighttime cravings. They're gone. If you're eating enough good fat at your last meal of that night, and if you're eating enough a good source of protein as well, you know, seniors, I've told you this before, you're seniors out there, you're older, so don't let these health professionals tell you you can't eat a lot of protein. That's not true, because you guys, we don't metabolize protein like we used to, so we actually have to eat a little more protein than the normal person, younger kids. We have to eat a little bit more. For you to cause an issue with the kidneys by overeating protein, you're going to have to eat a lot of protein at one sitting, and most of you aren't going to be able to do that. I can't do it. I get full too fast. Now, you also got to remember too that as you get more fat adapted, your stomach is going to do what? It's going to shrink more, and you're going to feel satisfied much sooner. Okay, guys? So guys, like I said, go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it, click on the description, and you can read what I just said, or just listen to the video again, or you can go to your go to the Fat Loss Made Easy group page and join it. Hope you guys saw some. I hope you guys saw some value in this. And oh, hey, in my next video, which is going to be Friday, it's a good one. It's going to be it's a top secret. My top secret. The other thing I'm seeing on the intermittent fasting group page, especially, is these people are binge eating after doing a 18-hour fast, or a 20-hour fast, or a 23-hour fast, or a 36-hour fast, and they want to know, how do we stop binge eating? And I'm going to give you the top secret on how we do it, and how we teach our clients not to binge eat after an extended fast. Okay, guys, so looking forward to that one. So I'll see you Friday. Have a great day. Bye.